What's going on, everybody? Nice knife, bro. What do you got there? Today I'm going to do kind of both Griptillians. I'm going to kind of start with this one. This is a mini grip. This was my first knife that I ever got for collection and just into the EDC world. I bought this knife in probably, I want to say 2007, maybe 2008. And I bought it from a gun and knife show. And well, technically I didn't, because the guy didn't have one. And for some reason I wanted one with serrations. He had the plain edge, and I don't know why I didn't get it. I just thought it was cool because I have an old Balisong Benchmade butterfly knife that had a serrated blade and black handle, and I kind of wanted it to look like that one. But hindsight, I wish I would have got the plain edge, but I didn't know much at the time. This is a 440C stainless, so anybody that's had Griptillians for a while knows how old that is. This knife has seen all sorts of stuff, man. I carried this for, God, probably 5 to 6 years. And the other knives I collected in the meantime, I didn't even really carry them. I just carried this. Hiking and camping and a lot of fishing. This knife got lost a whole bunch of times, man, where I didn't know where it was, and then all of a sudden it just popped up. And this knife basically kind of started it all for me. And you know, back in the day I thought it was so awesome, and you know, now I really don't get any use out of this knife, and partly the reason is I'm afraid to lose it. Just my own personal attachment to this knife. I don't want to lose it. I haven't done any maintenance to this thing ever. It's absolutely filthy dirty. There's a little bit of blade play. I could probably tighten that up, but I don't know if you can see in there. It's just all grody. But what can I say about it? I mean, this knife is great. The Griptillian line is great. I heard rumors that they were gonna stop making them, but I would think that's a terrible choice. I just wanted to do a quick comparison of some other knives kind of in this category of this size. That's a Spyderco Native 5, and then your Benchmade Bug Out. You know, the Bug Out has basically taken over Benchmade's flagship, I think, and I don't particularly care for it too much. Yes, it's light, it's great. There's always blade play on these things. Every one I've ever felt, there's a bunch of blade play on it, but I'll do a review on this later. I have used this. I'll tell you later what this PALS is here, what that means. But there's 4 or 5 of these knives out there in the world. But this is just kind of a similar size. Bug Out is a little bit bigger of a handle. Blades overall pretty good. This Spyderco Native 5 I'll do a review on if anybody cares. A lot of history with this knife, in particular the Native 5, not necessarily this one. I lost it 2 times forever, and I had to buy them, so this is my 3rd one. So I don't carry this one. I'm a bit superstitious about certain things, but I'll talk about that in another video. You really can't go wrong if you're looking for a knife that's not very big. This is, I don't know, it is what it is, I guess, but it's great. Like I said, it's a flagship. Let me get a little ruler here. Overall, you're at about just under 7 inches overall. Usable cutting blade, probably 2.5 inches or so. Full blade is probably pushing 3. I like this knife, it's great, but I just prefer a bigger knife. And I didn't buy a new Griptillian until last year, which would be 2022. And I bought this one off the Benchmade custom shop. So I blacked out all the hardware. I put these lime green on here. I got a mini clip. This is 20 CV steel, so much better than 440 steel. But let me flip it this way for you guys. But as you can see, it's a massive difference in size. And it really makes a difference in your hand. Blade, not much more blade, to be honest with you, but the handle makes a significant, so almost 3 inches, I suppose. Overall on this one, we're at 8. But I love this knife. And I don't carry it too much because of what I heard about them probably maybe getting rid of the Benchmade line. So I'm like, oh God, I don't want to ruin this thing because it's pretty customed out. I did a Wicked Edge on here. This was probably one of the first ones that I did, so it's not the best, but it is crazy sharp, man. Like one of my sharpest for sure. But again, I just don't use it that much. And I don't use it that much, not because I don't like it. I fucking love this knife. The only gripe I had with this when I got it is I had to take a little bit of sandpaper. These little rear jimping things are really sharp. So right here on this side, I had to sand these down just a little bit because it was dinging into my palm here. But the Griptillian is a super awesome knife, man. Like, if you talk about a knife that does everything, works in any situation, it looks nice, it's hard use, it's, tactical, I guess, or whatever. You could say that about it, I guess, too. But I have thought about just buying a stock Griptillian because I love it so much. It's probably design-wise one of my favorite folding knives, to be honest with you. It's just so comfortable in your hand. And this knife, I have a paramilitary too, and a very similar loadout, if you will. And when you hold this in your hand, you hold the PM2 in your hand, it's almost the exact same. It's really hard to pick which one is actually better. Blade shape and cutting ability and all that stuff is probably exactly the same. Well, blade shape's a little different on the PM2, but listen, if you're gonna get a Griptillian, or if you're looking for a pocket knife, you could probably get a standard Benchmade Griptillian for, I would say, under $170 right now for sure. You could go to the custom shop and with all this extra stuff and the black blade, the green handle, and all this other stuff, I think it cost me like $220, and that might be a little bit too much money for some folks to justify on a pocket. I had a little bit of an issue buying it because I'm like, God, am I even going to use this thing? So no, I don't use this much. Basically, this is a knife that I bring to, if I'm doing sales calls or something like that, or I'm going out with a friend or my wife to dinner, this is the one I'll bring. It's so snappy. It's just super fun to play with. You can use the access lock, kind of flick it around. Thumb stud's great. It's just, the Griptillian is a great knife. It's probably one of the best folders ever made. And, some people have gripes against Benchmade, whatever. Listen, I don't like to get into all that politics nonsense. All I can say is if you're in the market for a folding knife and you're kind of on the fence, you're like, oh, should I get this SOG? Should I get this Kershaw for $115? No, don't, okay? Spend a couple extra 20 bucks and get yourself a Benchmade Griptillian. I think stock right now, they come in S30V, which is really good steel. They keep up in the ante on these super steels to a point where it's become a fetish, in my opinion. But I'm a victim to it too. I got this 20 CV and I really do like it. But as you can see the size difference here, I don't have huge hands. Like, they're actually kind of small, really. So what do I got? 7.5 inch tip to heel or whatever. So for me, my size hands, this knife is just a little too small. It's good for what it is, and it's handy. It doesn't stick out too much, but I got the deep carry pocket clip on this one, which I like because this thing, it sticks out quite a bit. This lanyard is made out of some paracord, and oh my God, My hat's off to whoever invented paracord, because that stuff is quite durable. That's the original lanyard I put on there. But that's just going to be it. It's just going to be a quick video. Like I said, I got these other ones here. I'll do some reviews on them. I have a lot of other knives, and if you guys are interested in any more reviews, and I could talk about this bug out and some of the reasons why I just don't like it at all, really. If anybody's interested, maybe I'll just do one tomorrow or something, I don't know. But I'm going to try to get some more of these videos. My whole area, I was doing acid etching on one of my knives, and it was just gross in here. I had crap everywhere. So I finally got this stuff cleaned up, so I'll be able to do some more videos soon. But I'm just going to end it on that. If you have this knife in your pocket, yes, you are warranted when someone comes up and says, hey, nice knife, bro. Because this is the Benchmade Griptillian. It is a standard. It is something that every collector, everyday user needs in their arsenal, so to speak. It's a great knife. I would bet that people who are using like your Kershaw Leaks and Sogs and even the old Bucks, or hell, even a Bug Out, put this in your hand. It just feels 10 times more sturdy. It's just super solid. It doesn't move. Access is great. Snaps open. I love it. If you're looking for something a little smaller, God, the action on this is terrible. If you're looking at something a little smaller, go for the Mini. I'm not sure what the price is on these right now, but you know, you can go to Knife Center or Blade HQ or We Love Knife. I mean, there's a million different knife places out there. So just Google Benchmade Griptillian. It's probably what brought you here anyway. Looking for some honest reviews. I would take this over the Paramilitary 2 probably 9 times out of 10. But I wouldn't take the Mini Griptillian over the Paramilitary 3. And when I do my Paramilitary review, maybe I'll talk about the reasons why I do that. But this is probably one of my favorite knives. The title's going to be like Benchmade Griptillian, best folder ever made. Question mark, probably. That would be a good one. But that's going to be it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, notification, talk in chat. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any opinions on these knives here. So that's going to be it for me. Nice knife, bro. See you later.